Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So this is what everybody's been waiting for. This is the first part of the Virginia Giuffre deposition feedback. There's a lot. I'm not going to obviously read it all to you, but I am going to break it into different segments because there is so much to talk about. Maxwell, we'll just start off with this. She first said she met Epstein in 1991 when a friend introduced them. She began working for him in 1992, and she says that he paid her between $100,000 to $200,000 per year. Yet she thought of herself as his girlfriend in the early 90s. So a little odd. She says the work, quote unquote work, lessened around 2002 to 2003, but she was still helping him in a nominal way around 2008 or 2009. She claims that she was hired to do consulting work, decorating his houses, hiring staff to help run the houses, acting as a general contractor. My question is, where did she get the experience to do this? This was a wealthy, spoiled heiress to a media mogul. I'd be surprised if this woman knows how to brush her own teeth, let alone act as a general contractor. Are you kidding me? So, of course, she claims she never hired anyone under the age of 18 to work for Epstein, and that she never invited anyone to Epstein's home under the age of 18. Maxwell's perjury, I think there's several areas where she perjured herself, which is pretty obvious, but one area seems to be related to her acknowledgement of how and when she met and recruited Virginia Giuffre. So I'll get to more of that in detail in another segment, but throughout the beginning of the deposition, Maxwell essentially refuses to answer any questions regarding how Virginia Roberts Giuffre, and she, just so you guys know, she's referred to as Virginia Roberts in the deposition because that was her maiden name. She was a minor, of course, when she alleges that Epstein and Maxwell recruited her and assaulted her and pimped her out, essentially. So when she got married, her married name is Giuffre. I refer to her as Giuffre, but throughout the deposition, she's referred to as Virginia or Virginia Roberts. So Maxwell refuses to answer questions about how Giuffre was first asked to give Epstein a massage. She claimed not to remember how she met Giuffre, when or where they first met. She denies asking Giuffre to recruit other girls. Maxwell claims that the only thing she remembered was that Giuffre was dropped off by her mother on her first visit. And Maxwell says that she stood outside talking with Giuffre's mom the entire time while Giuffre was inside with Epstein. However, Giuffre's attorney, Ms. Macaulay, she's one of her attorneys, drops a bomb on her lies by having her review an email exchange between her and Epstein. The emails were sent in June of 2011, obviously after all the public scrutiny, after this hit the news media. So Epstein emailed Maxwell, again, this is June of 2011, and he says in part, quote, "I'm working on a letter. I will send the final version tomorrow, and whatever it is will be factually accurate." That's a strange way to say something. I mean, if you're helping someone draft a letter, do you ever use the term factually accurate? I mean, clearly he's trying to manipulate the language so that she can claim, oh, well, it is factually accurate. It just leaves out a lot of the really damaging details. So this factually accurate letter that Epstein drafted was intended to be used by Maxwell to explain her actions in relationship to Giuffre. So essentially, Epstein was helping her to concoct a plausible story and excuse for their illegal activity. So Macaulay then has Maxwell turn to another document which displays part of the talking points that Epstein drafted in this factually accurate letter. And it reads in part, quote, "After some thought, I recall that I first met Ms. Roberts when she was working at a premier resort, claiming to be 18 years old and a professional masseuse. So Maxwell, caught dead to rights, tries to deflect, saying that Giuffre has told so many lies since the letter was written in 2011, she just can't recall what the truth is anymore. She just doesn't even know if this letter, if what she supposedly wrote in this letter is actually the truth. Seriously? There's only one truth, and you were a freaking adult. Someone else's lies don't make you forget the truth or something that you wrote or said. So Maxwell actually says this. She says, quote, "When you read so much stuff and so much rubbish that comes out from Virginia Roberts, you don't know what's up and down. At the time I wrote this, I believe I had a memory, but as I sit here today, I do not." So at one point in the deposition, Attorney Macaulay referenced legal documents regarding Epstein's actions and said that one of his alleged underage victims said that after she gave him a massage while she was naked, Epstein asked her to bring other girls, and he said, quote, "the younger, the better." The minor involved in this incident claims that she once brought a 23-year-old to Epstein, and he told her that the girl was too old. So Maxwell attempts to distance herself from Epstein's crimes at one point, actually at several points throughout the deposition, saying that she wouldn't have known if he had an underage girl in his house because it's quite large, and she was busy working in her office with the door shut. She admits that while it was, quote, "unusual," there were times when females would be in the pool or laying by the pool topless, but claims, oh, they were all adults. And one thing you're going to hear in all of these segments I'm doing is that Maxwell, oh my gosh, she contradicts herself non-stop. She is a horrible liar. Either that or her attorneys just did not prep her properly, but she contradicts herself when she's asked if she ever hired a masseuse for Epstein. Maxwell is asked, quote, "Were you in charge of hiring individuals to provide massages for Jeffrey Epstein?" Maxwell answers in part, quote, "In the course, and a very small part of my job was from time to time to find adult professional massage therapists for Jeffrey." Macaulay then asks her where she found these massage therapists. And Maxwell explains that she would visit professional spas, and if she liked her massage, she would ask the man or woman if they provided home visits. So Macaulay then asks, "Did you ever hire a masseuse that was under the age of 18? This must have thrown Maxwell off because she then says, quote, "I don't hire massage therapists, so that was not my job." She then tries to moonwalk out of her obvious lie by again throwing Epstein under the bus, saying Epstein was responsible for hiring them. It just goes on and on. So again, guys, this is part one. There's going to be multiple parts. So as I said, guys, this is part one. I'm going to have more portions to this whole thing. It's just too large to do in one sweep. So as always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening and watching. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.